Hey, good morning. We got Pepper here. I'm going to walk through how I see the hierarchy of publishing. Okay, this is in my view, my personal preference. And I know I've talked with some of you about this, but this is how I would like to read a book or a document or a whatever. Okay, and this is in this order. So here, just to quickly go over them. This is on a computer. This is printed out on paper. This is on a phone. That's a Kindle e-reader. This is a color iPad. Those are paperbacks, and that's audio. This is my personal preference for how I want to see it. And this is one reason for Worst Book Ever, why in the sort of phase 2, we're going to get to the part where it can get onto an e-reader. So here, this is my least favorite method. If you send me a PDF on a computer and see how it's formatted, and I can't change the font size or anything, it's fixed. And so for me to read, I'm trying to scroll, I can't zoom. So I can't change it much. So I have to read like this. Maybe I have to zoom the page or something, or I don't know. But not to mention, I can't, I guess I can highlight, but I can't remember where I was or anything like that. It's a PDF, my least favorite way. This, not a real book. I just have some pieces of paper here, but you know what? It might be this. I really don't want to print out the PDF. Maybe that's the order. I don't want to print out. I don't like printing out paper. Period. If it's something I've got to study and make notes on with pen, fine. But least favorite. Don't want to print out the PDF. There's PDF. Then we got a phone. Then we're on a phone. And this is a Kindle app. So I use the Kindle app on the phone quite a bit. What's cool is that you can also get, if you're an Amazon person, or, not to mention if you have an e-reader, then you could use a Kobo app. But I'm basically talking about an e-reader on a phone. I actually don't mind this. I read more and more on my phone with the Kindle app. Here's my book. And what I like about it is color, right? And I can change font size and stuff. So I like that. I can even change, right? I can change the font size. And as we've talked about a little bit in formatting, that's going to change the basic layout of the thing. But then what's really cool, and I have a whole video about this, is that I can take, I can highlight a paragraph here. And it's not always easy to do with one hand on a phone. But I can highlight a paragraph, and then this is crazy, but I can then share that highlight, and then the Kindle app is gonna make this super cool font, right? Hey, look at that. Okay, that's pretty telling. I can barely even see what I'm doing, and because I've got the phone in my hand and everything, but so it makes this cool thing, and then I do share, and I can share that in whatever social media I want. So that is one awesome reason I do actually use the phone to read books, but I want them on an e-reader, right? I want them in my Apple Books or my Kobo app or my Kindle app. Next up in order of preference this is a Kindle. This is how I mainly read books, ebooks. This is my preferred way because there's a bright screen, not a bright screen. There's all kinds of studies about how you shouldn't read bright. There's backlit and frontlit, and these are backlit and these are frontlit. And frontlit is better for your eyes. It's more like a real book. So this is really my preferred way of reading an ebook. Next up, and I don't know, I might switch these around here, but next up would be an iPad. And the one thing about iPad's kind of cool is that it's very much like the e-reader, but it is the glare and the light of the screen, not ideal, but that's the big difference, color. And then, it's a nice iPad, it's a pretty screen. I can make notes, I can highlight, I can do everything in the other apps. And then, hey, look, a photo. So you'll see here that color, right? Color's kind of cool. So especially if you have some, look at that, right? her next book, this is in the later section here, her next book, it's color, kind of cool. So that's the advantage of that. So probably a toss up between these two. Also, if I'm actually reading like lots of words and a fiction book, I'm really gonna choose my Kindle. So maybe I would put this here next up. Okay, check these guys out. Paperbacks. Woohoo! So these are my nieces. We last summer we wrote books together. I helped them, guided them, worked with them, sort of edited their books, and they got their worst books ever done. Now, check these out, right? Super thin. I mean, you can't even get words on that, but how's that for a real book, right? Got a barcode. Does that make it official? So this thing, I mean, we're talking real now, right? Pretty cool. These are her goals, by the way, her ideas, her book ideas. So let's see, I know you're gonna ask, how many pages? This is 52. It is a little thicker, but this one, I'm pretty sure it's even shorter. Look at that, 30, 31. So you wanna have an idea of what you can do with a paperback book. There you have it. I mean, they look pretty awesome, right? And they feel really nice too. They're kind of a matte finish. They're really cool. So this is ideal, and probably for most of you at the top of the scale, the top of the rankings for how you want your book to exist. And remember, these things are super short, right? Things 30 pages. And look at this thing. This is printed, this isn't Reedsy, by the way. So check this out. I mean, there's major white space going on, right? So 30 pages, but I can look up her word count for you, but look at that, she does sections. I mean, you know, she works with me, she's gonna make sections. I like sections. So tons of white space, there's probably 15, 20 pages of content in there, right? Super cool. All right, and now we get to, this is total personal preference. If you really want me to read your book, I want your audiobook. So this is my favorite way to consume books, audio. And I know I'm a bit of an outlier in this case. I know most people probably want paper or the Kindles, but you know, you see me, I'm in the woods with my dog and I'm listening to audiobooks. So that's my favorite way. So there you have it. And this is, with the exception of audiobooks, we can do all this stuff, right? The paperback is another couple steps, so I can absolutely talk about that. But this is why I don't want us doing this. And one of the big goals of this course is to not send a PDF as an attachment in an email. I mean, as they're gonna print out your book, yuck, or they're gonna read it on a computer. Not my favorite way. Maybe if you're good with that, that's fine. But there you have it. Okay, hope that was helpful, and aren't those cool?